Hey guys, this is the 1/4 inch drive flex head ratchet series. This is a recap. These were all regular length, a few maybe a little on the short side. I did individual videos with 12, there's 13 ratchets here. I did individual videos of 12 of them. If you want to know more detail about any of these ratchets, I'll make a playlist for you. And you can do it, you can look at them if you want to know more information about them. I'm just going to briefly talk about each one and tell you what I think, basically the pros and cons. But before we get into that, I want to do a shout out to Pete's Custom Car Shop. That's the name of his channel. He does a lot of car tips and car tech tips and repairs. He does a great job, and I love his channel. If you got a chance, check him out. Show him some love. You know, we got to help each other out here on YouTube. It's a great community, and I think we should all do our part. Okay, what do I got here? I got 13 ratchets here, and just a recap. I do a lot of mid-level tools on this channel. I don't do a lot of Snap-on or Mac or Maco or Cornwell. I do a lot of mid-level tools. There's a niche for this on YouTube. I don't think a lot of channels do it. And that's why I try to focus on it. I do some low end. There's a couple low end ends in here too. And I do some high end, but just not a lot. Mostly what you see here is mid-level for the weekend warrior, do-it-yourselfer, weekend semi-pro, stuff like that. DIYer. That's what my channel mostly focuses on, with some tech tips along the way and other things, but mostly mid-level tools. Okay, enough talking. Oh, I want to also thank everybody that has supported my channel. The channel is doing great. It's all because of you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Okay, we're going to start out here on the left here. Go quickly through them. This was a Work Pro. It's made in China. It was $18. The model number is W07107-4A-JP. It's got a big bulky head. There was a lot of play in this. It's low end. Will it get the job done? Yeah, it probably would, but for how long? I don't know. Just my opinion, guys. I'm just trying to you could probably see it there. Just trying to give you guys feedback, give you guys choices, and let you guys decide what's right for you. This way you haven't got to go out and buy all these tools. I go out and buy all these tools with my own money. The next one on the list is the PT. It was $19 on Amazon. The model number was W36102. It is 72 tooth. This one's made in Taiwan. It's a lot better than the China one was as far as where it flexes. Back drag's middle road. The head is a bit bulky though. Next one on the list was the Eastwood. It was $22, 72 tooth. And the model number was 32523 on Amazon. Detemp ball is pretty good on that. It is on the short side a little bit. It's almost like a stubby. Back drag on this was average. Nothing great, nothing bad. Not a bad little ratchet overall. Next one on the list is this D-Walt. It was $26 on Amazon. The model number is DWMT81154. D-Walt is in the house. Take a gander. It was 72 tooth. This has got a real small head. One of the smallest heads I did in the series. It was pretty tight where it flexes, but there is no detemp ball. I didn't care for that. I really don't like that handle. That was one thing I really didn't like about this ratchet, but that's just my opinion. You guys might like it, but it does got a small head. I never think of D-Walt as a hand tools, you know. Mostly power tools, but it's the same with Milwaukee. I don't think much. Mostly, I always think of Milwaukee as power tools. They do make hand tools though. Next in the house is Tang. That's the model number 1400-72SN. Is that SN? I cannot see. It's a 5N. This was a bit pricey. This one was $43 on Amazon. It is 72 tooth. This had a lot of back drag. A little bulky. It did have the locking pin. which is a plus. I would think if you're looking for that type of ratchet. It is on the small side. The handle doesn't feel too bad, but the back drag on that was horrible. Then again, I didn't use that one, so maybe to loosen up over time, but I don't know. It was pretty bad out of the box. This Capri one I had for quite a while. It's one of my favorites that I like. And not Capri, excuse me, Genius. Genius is in the house. That was $35 on Amazon. The model number is 282262P, 72 tooth. I like the handle on this. It's got that hard plastic. It's got, look, an O-ring here in the end so your hand won't slip off. The only thing I really like about this ratchet was it only got one position for the detent ball. See it there? It's only got the one in the middle. That's probably the only thing negative about this. I like round heads. If you can fit it, the head's not really small typically on a round head, but if you can get into an area that's not too tight, I like this ratchet. It's one of my favorite ratchets. It's a little big for really tight areas. That's the only downfall other than a detent ball, one position. The next is Capri. I had mixed feelings about this. I like Capri tools. This is 72 tooth. The model number was CP12100FX. There is no detent ball. I didn't care for that. The chrome fit and finish is nice, but the back drag in this was horrible. It is a newer ratchet. I haven't used it much, if at all. But the back drag for this out of the box was pretty bad. It's one I'd probably have to take apart and see if I can get it a little better. But I got the 3/8 drive ratchet like this, and it was nowhere near as much back drag as this 1/4" drive one had. Just my opinion, guys. Just trying to give you guys options. That's all I'm trying to do. Tecton. Tecton is in the house. Take a gander. Tecton knob was $31 on Amazon. The model number is SRH31006. I really like this ratchet. It's got the rod sticking out for a detent. Very crisp and tight. No movement. When that head does not flop around when you got it in the position you want it. Back drag on this was not bad at all. Middle of the road. Downside about this, head's a little bit bulky, perhaps in a tight area. Next is this Tone. This was $51 on Amazon. It was one of the more expensive ones, but it's definitely a nice ratchet. Model number is RH2FH. It is 72 tooth. It is on the small side. It's a little less than 5 inches. If you want to know more about these ratchets, guys, individually, check out the playlist I'm going to put up. Detent ball or a rod, whatever you want to call it. Some got like a rod with a slit in them. It's pretty good with this. I don't know if you can hear it. Back drag in this was not horrible. I would say it was better than average on this. That's a nice little ratchet. The head was super small. It was the smallest head in the series. That's a big plus to get in tight areas. Next on the list was this Williams. It was made in U.S. house. Good bang for the buck here, guys. It is a 36 tooth. Some of you guys are not going to like that. I feel as though you need a couple of 36 tooths in your arsenal, and this one being made in USA, I could not walk away from. It was $38. The model number is M-52EHFA. There was quite a bit of back drag with this one as well. It has loosened up a little bit over use. I've been using this one off and on for the last 6 months. That's a good little ratchet, and it's a little bit longer than some of the other ones. I think it is like, I'm going to say this one's like 8 inches long. I don't know exactly. You have to go to individual video to find out exact measurement. Next is this older style, older model number, the XP120 gear wrenches. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with these. This is the 84 tooth. This is the model number 81015A-07. This was one of my old workhorses. I've used it a lot. I've had this one for 10 years. Very nice ratchet. Next on the list, I didn't show this one individually. This is the 84 tooth. This one is, model number is 81015A-07. It was $26 on Amazon. This one's got the locking, it locks. I didn't do a video on this one. I don't know why. I forgot I had it. I got so many ratchets. If you prefer that type of lock, it does seem to hold it in place pretty good. Let's lock it. It doesn't flap around. Not a lot of back drag this ratchet. This is a nice ratchet. Definitely a nice little ratchet. And last on the list is, I'm going through these fast, guys, because there was individual videos if you want to watch them. This is the newer style gear wrench, XP120. This one was $33 on Amazon. The model number is 81054. It's got the newer design with that push button there to lock it. I haven't any problems with this, but I haven't had it a long time yet. I got a 3/8 brother, and I've had no problem with that. What's good about these is the head is super small. It's the only one that's smaller in this series, and this one is that tone. Super small head. Maybe the only negative thing I could think about is some of you guys had some concerns about where the detent ball was. It is on the end more. I have had no issues so far with it. My 3/8 one, I've never had an issue. That's all I can tell you. I'll do a follow-up if I ever do have an issue with it. But some of you guys had concerns with that, so I did want to bring that to your attention. Okay, that was a quick recap. All right, like I said, if you want to see individual videos on these, feel free to go into the playlist I will make sometime today. So what's my pick on these? Well, the majority of these ratchets can all be used weekend warrior, do-it-yourself, or semi-pro, maybe professional, backup, whatever. You know, it depends which your budget, I guess. My picks for this, I'm going to pick my 3 favorites because someone's going to ask me that, and I'm going to show you. My 3 favorites. One is that new style gear wrench. I love his 3/8 brother, so I know this one's going to be a good ratchet. If I do any problems with it, I'll let you know. I'm going to pick that one. I'm going to pick that little tone. It's on the short side, but that's got a small head. I love that little ratchet. And I'm going to pick, boy, it's tough. It's between the Williams. I like this Williams too, guys. I just like the way it feels in my hands. And the Genius, but I'm going to go to Genius. The Genius was 72 tooth. I just like the way it feels in my hand. If a tool feels good in your hand, you're going to use it. If it doesn't, you're not. It's as simple as that, guys. That's my recap. Most of these ratchets aren't bad. They're all middle of the road. You know, some might be a little bit, that one on the end there, that China one, there's kind of chunky monkey and it's sketchy how that one mounts. But overall, most of them aren't bad. I told you my picks. What we're going to do in the future, we're going to probably go in a different direction for a little while before I go into more ratchets. I'm going to try to, when I go back into the ratchets, I'm going to try to show more brands that I haven't shown, you know. Koken wasn't in this series, but that'll be in there. A few others you guys want to see. I'm trying to show a lot of different brands. I can't show them all, guys. I'd be bankrupt. All right, guys, there's some feedback below. I always get back to you. And let me know what you think and tell me what you guys like. I always love the input. Okay, guys. Have a great day. Take care.